All right, guys, welcome back. It is Set for Life with Nick Sapienza. Welcome back.
Yep, good to be back.
So today we're answering a question to kind of put it into perspective. Someone reached out saying that they have $10,000 that they want to set aside for their child whenever they turn 18. What's the best way that they can invest that money?
Yeah, so first, good on them for being able to save and wanting to save for their kid and get them off set up on the right foot. There's really four, let's say, main ways that you can save for your kids. One would be a Uniform Transfers to Minors Act account, which is an UTMA. So it's an account for that child.
Okay.
It's in their name with a parent or guardian attached. And then once they turn 18, it goes into their name and they have full access to it.
Okay.
That might not be ideal for a lot of people to say, I don't want my kid to just have full access to this kind of money whenever they turn 18, right? What would I have spent that money on? There's also, so there's a few others. One would be something like a 529. If it's specifically for college or for private school tuition, they can use the 529 plan here in the state. The other would be a Roth IRA. So if they're working, making an earned income, they can make a contribution to a Roth IRA.
Okay.
And that's going to be huge for them down the road. And then what a lot of people do is they do what's called the parent match. So if the child puts in, 50 or $100, they'll match that 50 or $100. And then the last one, if it's a significant amount of money, is using some sort of trust. So you can have certain protections and provisions on that trust to say, okay, well, I don't want them to have access until they're 25 and they can use it for emergencies or medical expenses or take out 5% per year or whatever the situation is. So those are the main things. Now, you don't have to just pick one and stick with that one.
So you could split up that $10,000 essentially.
You could split it up. You could use a combination of accounts. And what I'll see a lot of people doing that are kind of wanting to save for college, but aren't entirely sure, what if they don't go to school, what if they go to trade school, what if they do something different? They'll fund 3 years worth of college in the 529 and then 1 year with the UTMA, so there's some additional flexibility there.
Okay, I didn't realize you could. I mean, obviously you could. Now that I'm saying it out loud, you could split it up into those different categories.
A number of ways you can combine them.
Yeah. And so what about like interest? Would interest accrue in any of those accounts?
It should, yes. They actually have to go in and invest that money. Vanguard actually recently published a study that said people were rolling over their 401ks into IRAs and then never investing it. So you got to make sure that you go in and actually put that money to work in either, at the very least, a money market fund, but some sort of stock type of investment to where it can grow over time. Yeah.
I had no idea. And we have about a minute left. Is there any final thoughts for that person that reached out for this question today?
I would say that it's, you got to be specific towards your goal. Talk with a CPA and maybe an advisor, especially. The CPA, I bring that up because there's something called kiddie tax with these UTMA accounts, these UTMA accounts. Okay. So up to a certain limit, you'll be taxed on any gains in interest at the child's rate, which is pretty much zero. But then anything above, I think it's $2,500, is going to be taxed at the parent's rate. Okay. So just, you don't want any unwanted surprises. So as long as you're aware of that, that would probably be the one caveat to the UTMA situation.
Yeah, I'm glad that we talked about this. If people at home have questions for you, how can they find you?
Ritholtzwealth.com.
All right, easy peasy. Nick, thank you so much for stopping by.
Of course.
If you at home want to rewatch the Set for Life segments, head to KDN.com. Just search Set for Life. Stay with us though. We'll be right back after this.